text editor. You can center, right justify, you can make, let's pick this back left. I can say 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, go back over, highlight it, and make it numbers or bullets. And you're using a text, you're creating your website much like you're familiar with creating any kind of text document.
Would you just show where you got the bullets, or you had the numbers and then you walked in front of me and I didn't see where
okay. So let's go look at that again. I had the text I wanted to be bullet, I highlighted with the mouse.
Okay.
And this little thing here is bullet, and to the right of it is the numbers, 1, 2, 3.
Once you have all of your pages, if you decide to change the order of your pages, how do you do that?
Let's hold off on that, because I want to remind me though, because I could forget. I want to make sure we get a page created.
So I just wanted to also let people know that there's a way that all those formatting things can get hidden or displayed. So if you don't see them, there's the hide the kitchen sink one, you know, top right, I think that's it. Yeah, show hide kitchen sink.
So that will add, if maybe you're not seeing all of these different formatting options, the show hide kitchen sink turns that on and off. The kitchen sink gives you everything.
So it will show the format?
Well, it will allow you, it'll show the toolbar that allowed me to make that heading 1. Kitchen sink is all this extra to make underlined, to make it a heading, a big heading, smaller heading, to make it green.
Oh, so the tools don't all show unless you open them up.
And then like that one, the T, like if you have a Word document, you just add T, it's going to paste it in as plain text, right? It's not going to drop. It's going to drop out all that HTML stuff.
Okay, so
I think. I'm not sure.
I don't use this one as much. Okay, this allows you to paste as plain text. So that's worth playing with.
Does that get rid of the formatting then?
One right next to it does.
And this is paste from Word, which I don't have Microsoft Word, and so I don't use this. I think Leslie can add something.
The next one over is the eraser that will, if you have text that's highlighted, you can get rid of formatting by hitting the eraser formatting.
So so I have that you can just type in whatever you want to say is highlighted by my mouse. Let's just click the eraser. And it removed some of the formatting. It kept heading 1, which is nice because you want to control your headings. But it took off the italics, green, funkiness that I was adding just to play.
So then if you hit it again, does it take the bolding away?
I don't think so.
No, because that's a style. You've applied the heading 1 style to it, but it takes away any override formatting.
Okay.
Can you use Dragon, naturally speaking, with this?
I don't know, because I'm thinking, I don't know exactly how, I know what Dragon Naturally Speaking is.
You just talk to it.
That would be interesting. I'd like you to let me know. That's interesting, because I've never used that.
Where did you create your font type? Well, that is a plain
there's
font.
no choice of font.
There's no choice of font.
Okay, that is going to come from your theme, and
Okay.
it's loaded in a style sheet.
Okay.
And we're going with straight up 2011, however they define our fonts. So I'm going to grab a little bit more content. I'm going to delete this, left that, we'll figure that out. I did this as, let's do that over. And let's make sure this is totally empty. I missed a few pieces. All right, we're starting from the beginning. Okay, so I copied it from my document. I click this paste as plain text. This pops up. It says use Control-V on your keyboard to paste the text into the window. And that's exactly what I'll do. I inserted. Now this will happen a lot. It gave me extra line breaks. And it's just a matter of cleaning it up and just get rid of some of them. But it didn't give me any kind of weird extra stuff. So let's say I want to make headings are really good. You want to break up your long text into short paragraphs. You don't want big blocks of text, despite what your English teacher drilled into your head. That paragraphs are big, complete thoughts. Make it really easy for people to read. And take sections and turn them into subheadings. I'll make this a heading 2 because it's down lower on the page. And I put in a couple of quotes. Testimonials would fit on an about page, and I want to show you something about quotes. This is the actual quote. I highlight it with my mouse. And on the top row of the toolbar, you can turn that into a block quote, and that will format it a little bit differently. So it took the whole paragraph, which is great. I really should have had all of that. And depending on your theme, it might put big graphic quotation marks around it. It might change the color. It's going to set it off as something that stands out from the rest of your text that you just keep reading. So we'll make that one a quote. We'll add a little extra line. I'll just do some quick cleanup and repeat what I'm doing, and I'll try to get to a page, or creating the page so we can see it. Get rid of that, make this a quote, add it in. Okay. So it's rough, but what we're going to do is show you how to publish it. On the top right of the screen, there's the publish area. You can save it as a draft. If you get interrupted and you want to save it to work on it later, save as draft. It'll be there for you when you get back. There's a preview button, and there's a publish button. We'll publish it. Now, let's go look at our site. Okay, I'm going to just refresh. And here's that page we just created, about better home sales. I didn't have to do anything to add it to this menu. It showed up. And let's look at the page. Oh, that is the page. And here's the line that says, I made an H2 tag, and here are my things. I just hit the quote button to make them set off a little bit. Some themes will do some really attractive looking quotes and graphics and things around them. Wendy?
When we unchecked the box when we were on the header page about not displaying the header text, I noticed it bumps that search box down from that open space to across, and on mine it's totally messed up the spacing on my, see that search box on the right? Is there an easy way to get rid of that?
I will. That comes into the widgets that we're not going to get into today. Okay. I can show it to you after.
So that's a widget?
That's part of the widgets. If you want to explore widgets, the search box. Widgets are little add-ons.
There's a search widget. Oh, I see it. Okay.
Okay, but we will cover that as part of this. Now, always, when you publish a page, it's not going to be exactly what you want. Like, I didn't quite get I got extra lines up here. I don't want all that extra spacing. It wasn't quite what I expected. That's okay. You just go back to the edit page, and I'll just delete and stack them up like this, because my theme is probably adding extra space between the quotes, and I put in like double space.
Would preview show that?
So now we're going to look at preview. It opens it automatically in another window, and there we go. I just did the first 3. So that's exactly what's going on. The theme is saying, oh, whoa, we want extra. Let's spread that out a little bit.
What's the difference between view page and preview?
They are, view page is after it's published. If you want to see what your changes are with your theme and the whole context of the site, you can preview it before you publish it, before it's officially out there to the world. And you can test little changes as you go along. Preview can be your friend so that you're not afraid to make tweaks and changes to your site and you can work with it.
Because otherwise you have to do it if you do preview.
Well, you're going public with something you might say, oh, I didn't want people to see that. And it's like, oops, I really didn't want that out there, or I can't believe, and I'm now the phone rang, or the dishwasher exploded and I have to run off and can't fix it, and now the world's going to see it until I get back to it. So preview can be your friend and save draft, because then you can save it for later. So I'm always interrupted by things.
Are you,
Or, go ahead.
Are you going to say something about, I thought that would be my home page, but I just did. And it didn't happen.
Okay.
It just says, it's just a second, it says home and with nothing. And then it says welcome to Living Well, which is the page I just made.
Okay.
Can,
So you want to make the new page your home page?
yeah, the one that I just made.
Okay. Let's show you how to do that.
Someone
Last
else might
week-
want that.
And we're almost out of time, and I want to make sure we get this and something else I want to show you. So it's on settings, reading, front page displays. You'll have, we set it last week to a static page because we're building a website. And we can say, you go, your drop down a front page, now it will load up the names of every page you have created. We just created about Better Home Sales, and that's how you can change which is now your front page.
And save
So I'm going to go back to the page, and here's how you get back to that page. About Better Home Sales, you click All Pages, Edit, and we're back right where we used to be, where we were. Okay, Pages, All Pages, and you'll get a list of pages. And it will show you all the pages you have created. And the one we're working on is About Better Home Sales. Now, before we run out of time, I'm going to add a quick, I probably don't have, let's see if we can at least introduce this. Okay, so we want to add a picture of our office. I just picked in the middle of the post, or the middle of the page, there's a button called Add Media. This works a lot like we just added the header file. Now this, you can upload files, and in the future class we'll talk about your media library. You can drag and drop them. I don't have it really open, I'm just going to select. And I picked a Library of Congress image of people working like in the 20s. Because it's public domain. And I insert into the page. Let's preview changes, Bill, just to see if we like this. We want to commit to it. And I could put a little caption. We're hard at work. There's a man and a woman. I didn't want to pick an office that was all guys. That's why I picked this up.
What about adding links to a page if I wanted to redirect? So I have like a services page or an about page, and I want to link it after each paragraph to services or appointments or something like that.
Let's say people go online for information. Let's say this is my relevant thing I want to link to. I highlight what I want to be a link. This tool up here that's a chain, you can see it up towards the top. Click it and type the destination URL. And people want to go online, so I'm making stuff up.
And when it's within your own page, so it'll bring them to pieces of your page?
Yes.
You're just putting in your regular, your web page / whatever it is, about / services / whichever page you want that to go to.
You can go to a page within your site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You also might want to click that little thing, open link in.
Can you have pages in your site that don't show that you just get to by link?
Yes, you can do that. Let's hold that for a different topic, or a different day, because right now we're at 1, and we'll flag that to add that. So, questions?
Annette,
That's a lot of stuff. We covered a lot of ground.
for the graphics, the graphic that you just brought in,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to show them really quickly, like how to make that, how to make the text wrap around it, doing an align right or an align left? Because I use that a lot, and I had somebody asking me that.
Okay.
And can you change the size of the graph?
Okay, let's work with this image. I'll click on it, it turns blue, and then this, 2 things come up. One is a little picture of like a gallery, that's to edit your image, and the other is to get rid of it. That's pretty self-explanatory, which one's which. I click edit the image, and you can set the alignment, and I'll just toggle through, and how you want the text to wrap around. You can add a title to it, alternative text. These are good to fill out for your search engine optimization.
What does it mean, alternative text?
It displays in the HTML, so it works for search engines. It's really important for somebody who's blind or vision impaired. They use these screen readers, and it will read the contents of things. Instead of just coming to image, it'll say image, man, woman at drafting table. It's something descriptive. And it really helps the search engines too.
Would it put it underneath the picture by any chance?
Not the alternative text, but caption will.
So for me, if I put like high school senior girls under a photo of girls, that would help my Google search?
Yes, and you can put a few more words in. Like I took this photo, or this photo shoot, portraiture, I don't know, whatever your people use to find you. Yes, you would really want to do that.
And that's all hidden and it's in there?
Oh, for the alternative text?
That's what I'm talking about?
Yes, yes.
That's where we want to put all that information?
Well, okay, so I was thinking in terms of the content on the page that's displayed. You want to put short alternative text. You don't want to overload it
Like
too much.
Like high school senior girls?
Yes, there might be something better, but you're on the right track. There might be something, like you could tweak it, but that's the right length. That's good. And let's update. Okay. Oh, I don't know how I left the format, the positioning, and I didn't have text to wrap around it. It's all paragraphs. But there, this is a caption.
You can also just drag it out into the view.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So if we've been bringing content into our WordPress website, but we're really not ready for the world to see it, is there something we have switched off or on right now while we're doing this? I mean, how do we keep it from being public if we're not ready for it to be public?
Okay.
Good to see you.
Okay. Yeah. Let the okay. There's. First, I thought you were asking about search engines. There's a way to say, search engines, please don't index this site. So it gets pulled into search. That sort of works. It depends on the search engine saying, obeying that, but you're asking a bigger picture question. You're asking, like, me to see it, or your mom, so Leslie, the people. Yes, let's talk about that and bring it up next time.
Can you just make a private page instead of...
Yes, how does private pages work? It doesn't work how I expected it to when I first did them. Let's wrap private. There's private pages. There's there's not time to go into them. It's already after 1.
So visibility, private?
Yes. And there's password protected, private, and
you can click edit in the upper right.
so let's hold that because it's that's kind of advanced, and let's lead with that next week, right before we do themes, or play with that on your own. And I'm going to make sure everybody got a page that wants to create a page, got a page created, got an image into a page, and has any questions about that.
Well, whenever I refreshed or published, I would get a 404.
Did anybody else get that? Right, it's, so
Well, I know
somehow,
what a 404 is.
Right.
What I'm saying is it's not publishing to the me.
okay, we'll look at that. Did anybody else have that? And if anyone does, put it in somehow let me know, and I'll put something up somewhere for you to look at and how to resolve that. And I lose track of what all the different questions are and what I want to do a screencast of. So, like, post it on that blog post. I'd love to see a screencast of like this step, and then I'll not have to scratch my head thinking, what was it I said I would do?
It seems as though in the .com version, you don't get to choose save draft.
That could be possible, I'm not sure. I created it, I don't know.
Publish, or sometimes it says update though.
So WordPress.com doesn't have the full feature set of the WordPress.org, the self-hosted. The reason I love the self-hosted is once you get up and running past this like stage, it's beautiful. You can do so many things. You can use a graphic designer to enhance it a little bit, and you're so much further ahead. And that's why I prefer the self-hosted, because this seems like there's a lot you're learning, but you're learning and absorbing so much that you'll be able to work on your site.
So I want to just make sure that we pull the class to a close right now, because some of you do need to go. But we're around for a little bit, so if you have some remaining questions, and specifically if you want some personal help, we can still offer that. And I just want to again thank everybody for being really, really great at getting here early and getting set up and being tolerant of this big class and everything. Please send specific questions to Annette, especially that will help her decide what to do little screencasts on. And you know, Jason and I are here also if you need help. You'll get the fastest, best results if you go directly to Annette. And
my preference is that blog page, because it keeps it concise, if you can, and not get lost in my in-basket, because I still have a lot of like client work that I was trying to sift out and keep everything straight.
So next week we're gonna, what's the theme for next week?
Themes! We're going to I'm going to show some themes, I'm going to show you how to upload some themes, I'm going to try to do something for Udo in this class. He suggested this, so I would like something like this. I'm going to try to find a theme, a free theme. Oh good, that we can do, and I will add some content during the week to this site so that when I add a theme, it will start to make sense with the theme, and we'll be able to work with it and see what's there. When there's very little content, it's hard to really evaluate and see how to work with themes.
All right, everyone, big round of applause for Annette. Thank you so much.
Any work you can do and get just adding content, it's great. It'll help you when it comes time to work with themes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm going to check with the video back.
When I
It's all right.
Yeah, well.